Financial advice is usually built for families with children. But what if you don't have kids? Here's why ignoring child-free specific planning could cost you in retirement. Hey there, this is Nerdonomic and I'm Paige. And I do not have any kids. Some people have called me childless. There's another way of saying it, which is child-free by choice. I do not have any kids. I do not want any kids. And it's fine. And if you're anything like me, I bet you have experienced all sorts of what? Ooh, kind of reactions. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, returned it to the store. First off, I'm sorry if you've been through that. It's fine. We're all in this club together. It's fine. But you'll note that a lot of advice you get in life is geared towards people who have children. And I'm sad to say that financial advice and money, no different. So there are good things and bad things here. When you don't have kids, you don't have to pay for things like childcare, for private schools, obviously for their expenses. And oftentimes things that theoretically are unaffordable will suddenly become affordable on a child-free situation, especially if you have dual earners like we do, the dinks. Dual income, no kids. So that's the good news. But the downside to this is that the financial advice out there, a lot of it doesn't apply. And especially so when it comes to things like retirement and estate planning. And part of this is because financial advice, like a lot of other advice, assumes you following the default life plan.
We're not normal people.
We are not following the default life plan. For better or for worse, I think for better. Even if other people say it's worse, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
So first off, the advice that revolves around saving for college for your kids or leaving them a large inheritance, right out the window, not our concern. And not having to pay for daycare or kid-related expenses means more discretionary income. Hooray! More discretionary income. I would like some more discretionary income, please. I would, actually.
Did you really just say that?
Because of this, child-free individuals, well, we can focus on using our wealth during our lifetime, which is a yay. Yay, yay, yay. I promise this whole video isn't a celebration, but I thought I'd get it out of the way. It's a real thing. And honestly, it's not something that we can talk about in most settings because it comes off like gloating or bragging, which, you know, the shoe fits. But we're among friends here. We're the Child-Free crew. And if you're not the Child-Free crew, hi, thanks for watching. We don't usually talk like this around you because we don't want to make you feel bad, and we hope you don't feel bad. We all have our pros and cons, our trade-offs, and you know, we respect you. But we're talking about us today. So what does this mean as far as key financial tips for the child-free? Well, the big thing here is to spend strategically. Focus on quality of life and especially experiences. They've done psychological research and they have found that we don't necessarily like things, material items, possessions as much as we think that we will. I've actually done another video on that and the psychology behind that I will link below if you want to watch that as well. But as I mentioned in that video, there is something that does meet our expectations and actually exceed it, and that's experiences. When we have an experience, later on we look back and we will value that experience even more than we did at the time. So things like vacation, learning to do something, building friendships, being social. These are all really key things, more than having an expensive couch. These are what will make us happy. So focus more on experiences over things with that extra discretionary income and you will be rich beyond your years. The next thing is it's very important to be careful and intentional about estate planning. So if you don't have children, you don't have an automatic line of succession and people that are going to be the ones making your end-of-life care decisions. Now, you might have a spouse, but maybe you don't. And even if you do, there's no saying that you won't both have issues at the same time, especially if you're roughly the same age. You could both be going into memory care or dementia care at the same time. So you need to have all your estate planning and your end-of-life stuff sorted, and you need to be intentional about who those proxies are. You have to select those trusted people. It could be a niece or a nephew, it could be your friends, it could be a sibling. You need to delegate these people and put that in writing. In the same token, look into something like long-term care insurance. This is very important for people who do not have children because you cannot rely on your kids for care. Now, people who have children, people who are parents, probably shouldn't rely on their kids for care. There's no guarantee that children will take care of their parents as they age, but a lot of people do. And you certainly can't rely on that. Even if they shouldn't, they can at least do it. Like, you don't, you have nothing to rely on there. Look at long-term care insurance, because you don't have people that could take care of you. Like, you don't have descendants. It's just facts. Nice thing is you have the discretionary income to pay for that though. And while you're looking at building a retirement strategy, tailor it towards enjoying the wealth you have while still planning for unexpected medical or long-term care expenses. You can't take it with you, but you also don't have the same support systems, and you need to make sure that you budget for that. Okay, so we've talked a lot about some of the advantages of a child-free life as far as financial planning. Let's talk about some challenges. Basically, there could be a difficulty relying on friends or external parties for estate management. It is very tricky to select the right people. Now, here's the thing. People with children can still run into this because, again, not all children are reliable. Somebody might have their kids doing it. Their kids might be ripping them off or mistreating them. You know, we don't know this, but finding the right chosen family can be very difficult, and you have the choice, which is a blessing in some ways, but also a responsibility to get it right. And that can be difficult. And not only that, because it is so overwhelming, it's easy to fail to plan for this, to do this work. And if you do fail to plan, the issue is that the government comes in and the state, and then things get really messy. Once the government, everything in the state and the public sector comes in, there's no guarantee that your end of life decisions will go any way that you would want them to. So it can be the perfect storm if you don't plan. To be honest, I have to sit down with my husband and do some will planning. You know, it's no fun sitting down and talking about memory care and wills and all of that, but it's important, and I know you can do it. Being child-free is mostly great, and I wouldn't change it for the world, but you do have to be more intentional about a lot of your life choices. You've already been intentional about the child choice. It's time to be intentional about other choices like end-of-life care, long-term care situations, estate planning, and all of that. So I believe in you. You can do this. We can do this. We got this. Anyway, it was great talking to you as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.